Good evening, everybody. Hope people are doing well. Perfect. Cool. Glad I got that fixed. Yeah. Hope people are doing well. Apologize for not streaming much and doing much this week on here. I'm trying to be a little more active on here, but school obviously takes precedence. But yeah, we're hanging out tonight. We're just doing some weathering. Hold on, let me get my screens all set up the way I normally have them. There we go. But yeah, we're gonna try and finish up this boxcar tonight. We're gonna try and make it look like this one right here. We're gonna try and get that moving and grooving.
Only Sargento 100.
Shush, Sargento, be quiet. But yeah, we're gonna try and go from this to that roughly. Things are not gonna be exact, but I do like the relatively light weathering on the sides of this car. If I go ahead and blow it up a little bit, there we go. I like the way that there's just very light rust streaks and it just kind of hits the rivet detail. I like that a lot. So we're going to try and emulate that to differentiate it a bit from my other two Seafoam Green and Central box cars. Because we got the one, which was the first one that I did, which is quite rusty on the sides and everywhere. And then you got the other one, which I did on stream a couple weeks back now, which has moderate streaking going on the sides. Ooh. Try and get rid of some of that glare. There we go. And I'm beeping. Why am I beeping? Why am I beeping? Oh, because I'm dying. Always fun. Alright. Let's see if I have any juice right here. If I don't, I will have to be right back. Oh, I do. Thank goodness. Thank goodness for that. So let me down this apple juice real quick. But the first thing I'm going to do, actually, let me do this. I'm going to do this. And then do that. Perfect. Now that my juice box is done. First thing we're going to do tonight is a little bit of a show and tell. This will be something that we'll be getting a video of its own in a little bit. I'll be making a review on this. But I did just receive today something I'm very excited about, this Atlas B40-8 in Conrail colors, which will look very nice, I think, running as 4N power alongside my own B&CCS-8 and -7, but particularly -8. If I slide that. That's a nice little lash up right there. That's pretty good. But what I want to show off to you guys tonight is the fact that not only I got this for an excellent price, by the way. For the price I got it at, I am simply blown away, because not only does this come beautifully detailed from Atlas. It's an Atlas Gold line, I believe. Yeah, Atlas Master Gold series locomotive, so it's got a lot of beautiful detailing and everything like that. But it comes installed with DCC. And not only does it come installed with DCC, but it comes installed with ESU Lokesound and a beautifully powerful speaker. So if I go ahead and press 8, do the startup sequence. Try and mute the music for a second. And now we'll go hit the bell. Actually. And then, oh, my face was hiding it. You can see the beautiful lights doing stuff on there. The fade in and fade out of those lights. I know, I am just very, very, very happy with this locomotive. Just let me hit the shutdown sequence real quick. And there we go. A locomotive that I am most pleased with. That anyone who checks out this stream, whether that's right now while it's live or otherwise, that only people who check out this stream right now will be able to know that, you know, I have it. So, if you're seeing this, you are lucky to know that I have this before my video. I haven't even filmed the video yet. I haven't even, this was literally like the past 20 minutes before stream even was just me messing around with these sounds and figuring things out, and it was very fun. So let me go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and fix the camera here. Do that. Do that. Let me do this, that way no one gets motion sickness. Hit the transition button. Open the camera. Haha, I did it right. Perfect. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead before I do anything and put this gorgeous locomotive away. I am extremely happy with it though. I got it from a website that I'd not bought from before, so I was a little bit nervous about it because it was such a low price that it was going to be something was going to be weird about it, but no. Nope, it came in beautiful condition. I mean, it came in new condition. It has never been used before. Dakota Reset 3. Brand new model. This is the 2019 run. That came with the ESU Loc sound in there. So I'm going to put the bits of foam back in the handrails to keep them protected and return it to a as boxed appearance. That way, when I do my review, we can do a full unboxing, show what you get when you open up the box. So actually, let me also put the, oh, it also comes with little separately applied, or little modular applied bits. It's got the sunshades for above the cab windows. Which is pretty great, but it's got that. So basically, only if you think you can deal with that level of fine little details on there sticking out of the sides, you know, you can apply that. If you feel like that's too fine detail and you're gonna screw it up and break it or whatever, you don't have to apply it, and you don't have to worry about that. The only thing I've done to this is I did shave down, so the bottom, so the fuel tank which is where the speaker is. Was not actually redesigned to accommodate for the speaker, so it slightly doesn't fit. So I shaved that down and got that. But anyways, we're gonna put this Dash 8, excuse me, off to the side. Be done with the Dash 8. Video on that coming soon, whenever I get around to recording it. Hopefully sometime in the next week or two. But anyways, let's get back to the business at hand, which is getting some weathering done on this here Penn Central 50-foot boxcar. So let me actually get rid of this stretch of track as well. There we go. That's out of the way. Let's get my DCC controller out of the way. And let me get my palette pulled out of here. Oh my goodness. I'm making a mess everywhere of everything. There's this. Where did my powders go? Oh my goodness, where did I put my powders? They were just here. I just had them. Oh, they are on my desk. They're just hiding. But anyways, with the acquisition of that Dash 8, while I'm finishing pulling the stuff together, that actually makes two sound locomotives that I have now. First one is one that I got to be a sound locomotive. I got, you know, the decoder for it and everything, and then I screwed up installing it, and I never got around to fixing it until just this past week. I now have my, you know, iconic SD40-2, which was the first locomotive that I ever painted. You see, go back in time on this channel and you'll see. This is the first locomotive I ever painted for the BNCCS, which is a fun little fact, I guess, about me. That's the first locomotive I ever painted for my railroad. But it now has a Digitrax, I think it's Digitrax. Is it Digitrax? Yes, it's a Digitrax sound decoder in it. And sometime I'm gonna have to upgrade the speaker in that, because the speaker that it comes with is just a tiny little, I think it's like a 13 millimeter, no, it's like an 8 millimeter speaker. I don't know, it's a tiny little crappy speaker with not a very good baffle, and it's makes sound, but it's sounds very small. Whereas this the speaker, the big rectangular speaker in the Dash 8, it sounds much better. Anyways, so I got those. Where did I put my brushes? My brushes are right here. Let's get to work. I'm a little bit feeling the low blood sugar just a little bit. Let me actually acknowledge that. Okay. So it stops yelling at me. There we go. Okay. Do I need orange paint? I'm not gonna do any orange paint on that because we're not gonna. I don't even know if I'm gonna need this paint. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rely solely on powders for the side. That's what I think we're gonna do. So that's what we're gonna try and do in any case. Where did my little thing of rust powder go? We're gonna start with some powders, and then we'll see how far that gets us, and then we may need to wash them off, do a little bit of a base of paint, and then do some powders. But we're gonna start with the powders because that's what we're gonna start with. I don't know. Oh goodness. Okay. Oh, let me turn the music back on. No one told me I left the music off from when I was playing the sound. Anyways. Okay, I don't know where my little bottle of rust color went. Well, I may just have to mix a fresh batch. To make sure it didn't fall down somewhere here. Did I put it back in my paints? I don't think I would have. No. Alright, whatever. Well, you make some fresh powders. That's fine. We will mix some fresh powders. That's the way I normally would do it anyways. I just wanted to see if I had my pre-mades, but it's fine. Okay. Get my computer mouse out of here. Don't need that in the on the desk. Well, eat up space. Okay, so I guess whatever. So we're gonna try and aim for the something similar to the boxcar on the left side of the screen, as far as kind of level of weathering goes, and relatively how it looks as well. This is kind of the vibe we're aiming for. Just some light weathering on the side of the car, nothing too heavy. Just, you know, a couple light rust streaks. We got the heavy weathering done on this car on the roof. We're just gonna have some light streaks of it coming down onto the sides. And we're going to try and accomplish that just with powders. Yeah, the thing with powders is eventually I'm going to have to seal them. I'm not going to seal them tonight because I don't feel like setting on my airbrush and getting the compressor going, getting my window open. It's freaking cold outside right now. It's like 30 degrees or something outside right now, and there's 5 inches of snow on the ground that weren't there, 6 hours ago, which is insane. But we're gonna start with that. We're gonna take up my little. Actually, we're gonna start with. We're not gonna start with this. We're gonna start with the Tamiya panel liner, just to bring out some details. This is brown panel liner. Somewhere I have dark gray. Eventually I gotta get a black, because black is just, oh my a good thing to have for this, but brown's all right. So what we're gonna do is, especially what I'm gonna do is on the door, on the kind of edges of the door here, we're going to kind of pull it along the edges and then pull it across the door itself, and then we're going to take a little bit of paper towel and I'm just going to kind of sop up a bunch of the excess. There we go. So we just get it kind of around the edges and corners and in the cracks. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Pull it all the way across. Come on. A little bit more. And what this does is not only just give us a little bit of grime, it also pops out all that detail that exists on the car, which for a car of this era, it actually has a lot of really decent detail for a car from the 70s and 80s. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to also pull that down along the rivet line. On each of those rivet lines. Just to add some built-up grime. And it looks kind of crappy right now, but that's okay, because we're going to cover it up with a couple layers of other stuff. Right down there. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. That's something. We're going to take our little paper towel and clean up. There we go. And we're going to go again, right down this rivet line. Now each one of these, just to give the appearance of just a little bit of grime built up along those cracks between the rivets and in those, you know, in all the little corners and nooks and crannies of the car. Same down this side, along the bottom where all those rivets are, along the bottom of the rail, and then pull it down the side here. And here. There and there, just a couple dabs along that, and there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. So we're gonna get the ends of the car as well. Uh-oh. A little bit too much on my brush here. That's okay. We can clean that up. There we go, right down the end. Build up some of that grime. dirtiness. There we go. Add a little dirtiness and grittiness to the car. And now actually I'm gonna in front of my airbrush. I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna use it just to dry things out. I'm not gonna deal with all of the needing to open my windows and all that for like to dry this off. That's fine. Ooh, too much. We're just gonna blow it down to get all of the liquid dried. There we go. Turn off the compressor again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, and now, oh, yeah. Now, we're gonna go ahead and use our pastel powders. I'm gonna take my pocket knife, trusty dusty Jamboree pocket knife, and I'm just gonna take the little blade here and I'm gonna shade some of my earth tones off here, some red, some brown, touch of this super dark brown. That's gray. This is, oh, a touch of that won't hurt, but I really wanted a touch of this. There we go. And we'll give a splash of this just for added measure. And then I'm gonna wipe off my blade, that way I don't get the chalk dust everywhere. Put this back in my sheath on the belt. And I'm going to take a brush and just blend all these pigments into a cohesive powder. That is pretty good, although I do think I want a little bit more reddish in that. So we're going to take my knife back out again. But finally clearing some of the roads, which is a good thing. I'm going to hopefully be getting out of here tomorrow for the day. A little bit more of this reddish brown in there. Wipe it off on the paper towel. And now, I blend that in. There we go. Now we're getting some of that more reddish color, which is what I was hoping for. Fold it in. Good, good, good. Very good, very good, very good. Right, now I'm gonna just pick up littlest bit of the powder on my thin little brush here. I'm going to go right to the edge and just pull the streak down. And then I'm gonna go right over the waiting worms and just pull some streaks down. I might need to resort to paint. But we're going to start with what we can get from the pastel powders. I might need a little bit of paint just for that streaking that I want to get. But what we can do, yeah, I'm definitely going to need a little bit of paint actually for that streaking that I want to get. What I can do is, separately from my rust, mix a earth tone. Nope, that's the wrong. Is that the blade? That's the blade. Careful with knives, kids. So this. Touch of the gray. Just build up some grime. A splash of the red. Nothing more than that. Maybe a tiny bit more than that. And then a bunch of this brown. And some of this like kind of brown gray. It's more of like a green gray. And we'll again throw just to lighten things up a tiny bit. Some splashes of that kind of ochre in there. Alright. And mix her up. There we go, a gritty, grimy kind of feel to it. Good, good, good. Now this is going to go all down in here. This gritty, grimy kind of dusting. And powders is the perfect way to get that dusty feel on there. That's exactly what it would be on the prototype, is dust and grime and grit. So I'm going to do it like that, and then I'm going to take this second brush and just get rid of any of the excess that's really not sticking. And of course, that decal is not grabbing the powder, because why would it? So what we're going to do is we're going to hit it with some Microsol, and hopefully that'll soften it up. So it is grabbing. So before I start that on the other side, I will take that into account. Which brush was I just using? This one, right? I think it was this one. I don't know. Doesn't matter that much. It's really get it in on these doors. With all their little crevices, the doors would grab a lot of that. Just hold it. Get all up in these car ends, especially. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere with that. Just use my small brush, my small brush, my tiny little guy. Just run right down these rivet lines. Again, places where these little particles can grab in. Hold on tight. There we go. Let me get this bigger brush and really kind of get some of this extra powder off. Do not want to overdo it. And by getting this powder off, I'm literally just pulling the pigment down the side of the car and off. But you compare that to this side, that looks a lot better. A lot more real. And it doesn't even have all the rust like the other cars does. Actually, I think what I might do is actually, I forget that how effective just this tiny little bit is. So a lot of times I'll forget to do it on cars. I think I'm gonna have to go back in and do it again on my other cars at some point. But anyway, we're gonna continue on. I'm gonna take this Tamiya orange. We're going to try and use this, because this grabs very well, to just pull a couple streaks. It's really not working out the way I was hoping it would. Alright, paint it will have to be. Get me a dab of this oil paint. Just the smallest dab. Really rinse out this brush on my paper towel. Get all the pigments out. Get just the smallest amount of the oil paint on my brush, and I wipe a bunch of that off. Do like that. There we go. That's the kind of effect I'm going for. It's exactly what I'm looking for. Do that again right here. I can go in with the orange and pull down on top of that and really just capture that streak. Hit here as well. I like to do rust, but rust is not everything, as all this here shows. You know, it does good. Oh, pardon me. Alright, let's go over here and get dot of the oil paint right in there. Wipe, 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 wipe. Draw it down. This one's going to be easier because it's pretty much right on that rivet line. So as long as I sell that top, it'll be easy to just drag down that line. There we go. And now really clean off this brush. Get it nice and clean. Okay, and now I can take my rusty mix here and go on top of those. Just pull down a little further and then take some of the Tamiya. Pull down a little further even than that. And there we go. I'd say that is pretty darn close to what I've got in the picture. My mouse. If I go ahead and blow up this picture again, and I put this right here, I don't know. I would say that is pretty darn good, especially up in that top segment where you got some of that rust coming down. I don't know, I'm pretty happy with that. I think I've really kind of captured this segment up here. With this bit right there. The only thing I might do is I'm going to go ahead and just kind of connect these rusty spots along the very top with my powder, just to make it a little more cohesive. we go. I am very happy with that. I'm gonna actually, with my powder, so it all matches, I'm gonna go in actually with a larger brush. Because I want all the rust across the car to match, so I'm gonna go with this bigger brush. And just cover the whole roof pretty much with the dusting of this stuff. Not only does it make the rust match, but it makes it look better by adding soft edges. Soft edges just make everything look more natural. When it comes to weathering, very little things are going to have that hard edge that you get from a paint. So we're just gonna give everything a nice dusting of this powder. And there's the side. I'm also going to give just little bits of rusty color in some random spots. Especially like along the rail here, the underside of the rail will give a little more color too. Just to make it a little better. There we go. I like that. I gotta say, quite happy. Quite happy. With how that looks. Right. Turn this blue on, I guess. Because it seems to do something to the algorithm. I don't know, whatever. I don't care that much. I am just mostly trying to get this car done tonight. Is mostly what I'm here for. There we go. Give the powder just a little something to stick to with that oil paint. There we go, that'll do. I'm probably gonna have to go back in and touch up that spot because the way that the decal is, it just doesn't like grabbing the weathering powder. So we're gonna go to the other side. Before anything, I'm gonna really clean off this brush real good, and I'm gonna use my micro sol to get this decal here really cleaned up and solidly on there. And then I'm gonna go and do the car ends. Bunch of micro sol on there. There we go. Now it's really getting kind of attached to the car, hopefully. Sealed on there. And while that's happening, we're going to go ahead and move to the car end with the grimy bits, mostly. Grimy powder. I'm just going to really just go for it. Try and get all along the tops of and all the insides especially. Right here. And right here. That's where the wheels kick up a bunch of crud. I'm gonna make sure I get all around the ladder as well. Fill it all in. Get a little bit of rust. There we go. I'd say it's pretty good. A little bit of rust right along the top edge. Nothing major, just a tiny bit, just to, you know, add a little pop. I really should be wearing gloves for this. In fact, I think I will get my gloves. Because otherwise I'm going to be wiping off all the powders as I go. Oh, my glove box is in this other box, that's right. Here's my glove box. That's one glove. Here's the second glove.
Why so serious?
Oh, good movie. Anyways, get rid of that ad. Dark Knight trilogy. It's a great trilogy by Christopher Nolan. Heath Ledger's Joker is like one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best movie portrayals of the Joker. It was just so good. Anyways, where did my phone get to? While I'm putting on these gloves, let me figure that out. Oh, it's under my butt. Oh boy, I need more sugar. More sugar. So, guess I'll have to go get another juice box before I finish up this car for the night and wrap up the stream for the night. Because I'm not going to stay streaming for too much longer, to be honest. Gonna finish up this car. I'm gonna do a little bit of, while I have my powders out, add a little bit to this car, and then we're gonna be done with it. I'm gonna hop off for the night, and I'll stream again sometime this week, hopefully. Kiss me. Fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Ever since I realized that this backing track is a bossa nova Fly Me to the Moon, I'm like, ah, I love it. Anyways, we're gonna really get into filling in the grime on this car again, especially right by where the wheels would kick it up, there and there. Might have to make some more grime, but I like how that gives the end of the car a nice, because This was really good. I was very happy with this. Let's see, is this dried enough? I'll give it another minute. I'll finish drinking my juice. In the meantime, I'll flip it back over. Show off what we have done, which I'm quite happy with. That was an odd noise. It's a very odd noise. I really don't know what that was. Outside. Okay. Okay. All right. Gonna get. Okay. Okay. Oh man. Come on. There's my knife. Making some more. Make some more grime. Pardon me. go. There we go. Mix up pigments. Mix up pigments. Mix up pigments. Finish mixing it up. Then we get some more grime going. Need more dark brown. Okay. Come on. Here we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, dropped my phone. That's not good. There we go. Grimy, grimy, grimy. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get just a little bit of rust coming down. There we go. A little bit of that. A little bit there, a little bit in the corner on this side. A little bit of rust just tucked into the corner. Ooh, 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 ooh. Longer streak right there, just for fun. Oh, I almost forgot. I need my panel liner. Gotta just pick up some grime. Right in there. Okay, another line right here. Go. It's just okay. There we go. Again, pull it across. Okay, good. Next, door. There we go. Shake this up again, mix it up, mix it up. Pull this across and down. Okay, pull down this line. And right there, there. There we go. Okay, that step is done. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my compressor again, dry off with the airbrush. Just use the compressed air from it to dry all of the panel liner. Get it all dried off. Okay. There we go. All dried off. There you go. Okay, pick this back up, put it back there. I'm gonna take my rusty, dusty powder and put it on top of that. Put it on top of this. There we go. There we go. Okay, rusty, dusty, good. Moving on to grime. Grime, grime, grime. Lots of grime. Okay, okay. go. There we go, there we go. There we go. Alright, let me get just some. There we go. Alright, let me go ahead and pull down all the excess. And there we go. With all of that, I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in some of the bottom. And there we go. That is a completed boxcar. Oh, let me get a little bit more up here, actually. Just get a little bit more grime on that end. There we go. That is a completed boxcar. It is a fully completed boxcar. Boxcar that I'm quite happy with. Good, good, good. Okay, so I'm going to give a little bit of grime on the bottom of this one. Just a little bit. Grime, 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 grime. Okay. That's much better. Much, much better. Much better. Where did the wheel set go? Ah, there's the last one. And I'm gonna add a little bit of this in there. There we go. Now we're getting it all pulled together. There we go. I would say that's mission accomplished. I'm going to really quickly see if I can find a little container. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and package up this grimy dust. Okay, clean that up. Go, all clean. Put this away. Clap that off. Label this bottle as grime. Here's a little Sharpie. Here's a Sharpie. And this is grimy powder. grimy powder. Oh, that's saved for later. I don't know where my rust powder one went, but it's fine. I'll find it. But yeah, so with that, I've completed these two cars. I think the best of my ability at this time. I might do a little bit more work on the roof of this one, the 50-footer. Just trying to fix these little divots from there, but I'm quite happy with those, especially in relation to this, which I was vaguely working on as a reference. If I go back and forth. I'm happy with these cars. These cars, I think, look really good. They look a lot better in person than on camera, in my opinion. But there we go. Oh, thank you, Melly. Welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, I'm just wrapping things up. But yeah, we spent my last stream. We did all the roof work and the bases, and then tonight I did the little streaks of rust down the sides and all of the grime and dirt and yuckiness that builds up along the bottom of the cars. So we got ends, this side, the other end, and the roof. And I touched up this car, which I did on stream a couple weeks ago now. I did all the rust on, and this wheel set is popping off. Fix that. There we go. But yeah, I'd added all the kind of grime along the bottom of the car, but we did all the rust streaks and the fading of the paint and all the rust on the roof. We did all that a couple weeks ago on stream. There's the end. Yeah. Next time I'm gonna be moving on to another car. I gotta decide which one. Probably what I'll do next is, where did it go? Probably what we'll do next is this car on my next stream. Because now that I have a Conrail locomotive that I can run it with, and I'm excited about that. There it is, with the foam in the box protecting it. But now that I've got that, I think it'd be nice to have the Conrail car weathered. And this is gonna get minimal weathering, mostly just some grime, maybe a little bit of rust, but very little rust because this is supposed to be a much newer car. New 1074, but yeah, let me take off. Give me a second here. Let me clean up, and I'll take out this Conrail car again because it is this Conrail locomotive again because it is extremely pretty. Put brushes in my little brush bag. Take a little bit of paper towel. Give it some water so I can wipe up all the powder that I got everywhere. Clean this spot all up so that way I have a nice spot for the locomotive to go and not get dust all over it. Because I don't want it to be weathered randomly. I want to weather it with intent. Yeah, there we go. That all cleaned up. Take off my gloves. There we go. Throw that out. Yeah, let me take this out here. I'll have a whole video out on my channel on this at some point soon, because this is a locomotive that this literally just arrived today. Where's my tweezers? Should I put them in here? No. Where did I put my tweezers? And then where I put my tweet? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You don't have the workplace clean, then it's a problem. There's my tweezers. Take this foam out. Come on. There it is. Conrail B40-8, built by General Electric in the mid to late 1980s. And it's got this very cool. Ooh, come on. Focus camera. Focus camera. It's not focusing. But it has a little this banner on the front. It's the Conrail Labor Management Project. It says working together for safety, service, and success. And but yeah, it is a very pretty locomotive. It's almost a shame. Yes, they are American. You are correct on that. The Atlas did an incredible job making this model. It is incredibly detailed. It's got all of the little warning labels and all the if I kind of give it shine in the light, you can see all of the door detail and everything. Gives modelers like me good stuff to work with. But this is going to stay as a Conrail locomotive. It's just going to get some light weathering, very light weathering, and it's going to run as a foreign power locomotive alongside. Where the heck did I put it? Hello? Where did it go? Oh. I'm going to run it alongside the custom painted B40-8 that I have, which I custom painted for my railroad, as well as a -7 and SD40-2 and so on. But this is going to be a foreign power locomotive, so it's going to stay as Conrail even though it's not on its home railroad, and it's going to run alongside my -8. And we'll have a nice little modern GE consist. So it's gonna get light weathering like this. Maybe a little bit lighter. I'm not sure. We're gonna see. But yeah, I've painted this locomotive up for my railroad, and then I went in with details and went through the absolute pain in the rear that is getting these tiny little warning label decals on there. And so there's one there, and there's one there, and two there. Thank you. I'm very happy with it as well. I put we got a little fire extinguisher label there. We got a different warning label there. All these labels on all the hatches. Spent a lot of time doing. So I'm very happy with how it came out. So we got -8, and then we've got the -7. So these are both B40-8s. The -8 in the name is for the fact that it was designed in the 1980s. This is a B, and the B is for a BB, BOBO. It's got a B style truck instead of a C style truck, 4-axis instead of 4-axle instead of 6-axle locomotive. But then I also have my B30-7, and the -7 stands for it was designed and built in the 1970s. And I did the same thing with all the warning decals and so on and so forth. And this one's got a lot more weathering because it's older locomotive, heavy use. And then on the EMD side, we've got my SD40-2. There's my 40-2, which I need to redo a lot of the decals. So the SD40-2 is the part of the Dash 40 series from EMD. Glad I could teach it. SD is for special duty, and that's EMD's designation for a 6-axle locomotive. So you'll see it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 axles instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got that, and then I also have a GP40, which is same prime mover, same power output, but it's 4-axle truck, and it doesn't have upgraded electronics. So I got one of those for my railroad, but I'm not going to take that out. That's buried somewhere. So we got that, and then I'm working on a much older locomotive. Oh, let me slide everything up a little bit, that way it's all visible. But I'm working on a much older locomotive that's going to get some serious heavy weathering, and it's just going to be in kind of yard switching or shunting work, which is this Alco American Locomotive Company RS1. It's not completed its paint yet. It's just got the base colors, and then I've moved away from that project and moved on to other stuff. So it's not a super clean paint job yet anyways. But this is the RS1, RS for road switcher, meaning it goes out on the railroad and it does switching jobs. So it'll take cars from a yard to an industry and switch the industry's cars out for loads for empties or empties for loads and so on. And but yeah, so this is going to be a yard switcher for me, and hopefully this will, I don't know, be good. So I gotta figure out the details of how the orange is gonna come in, but I'm very happy with how my paint scheme came out, considering I designed it 7 or 8 years ago now. I'm happy with it still, which is it's a good sign. Yeah, it's different locomotives are really interesting to spot, and I think there's more. Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know a ton about locomotives from other countries. Like, I know a little bit about British locomotives, but not too much. And like, I've learned a tiny bit about Japanese locomotives from I've got a friend here at school who has some Japanese locomotive models. But it's like, my bread and butter is US. It's where I model 1975 to 1985 in New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts. So that's what I know. But it's fun to catch different types of locomotives and be able to identify them. But anyways, let me put all these away, and then I think I'm gonna wrap up my stream here. But yeah, I'm glad that I could teach a little bit, I suppose. And I hope it's interesting enough for you. That hopefully it was worth you hopping into the stream for a minute. Okay. -7 put away. Get my... Okay, I don't know if I'm that good. That also might be because all North American modern locomotives anyway has to have a triangle pattern of lights. So I can kind of like certain locomotives will have higher lights versus lower lights, but I'm not that good. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that I'm a good teacher. Makes me feel good. But yeah, that's impressive that your friend can recognize the locomotive by a headlight alone. That is something else. Where's the other box? Oh, put it down here. So yeah, I don't know. If you're interested, then yeah, that sounds like a good person to talk to about it. But let me put this guy away. And yeah, all of these are very small models compared to most models. I don't know how much you know about model railroading relative to other train stuff, but these are 1 to 160, which is quite small. You can see this locomotive here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 inches long. Which I can't do the conversion in my head, but it's something like 8 or 9 centimeters long. I have a ruler right here that has a metric on it. Ooh, yeah, German. Yeah, German stuff is pretty neat. I don't know. I know very little about it, but I know it's pretty neat. Let's see, how many centimeters is this locomotive? Coupler to coupler, it's 12.5-ish centimeters. And this is like a, I don't know, 40-foot, 45-foot long locomotive, so that would be 25 meters-ish long locomotive, if I'm doing that conversion right. No. Yeah, that sounds right. I don't know. I'm not good at the whole metric conversion thing on just off the top of my head. I'm trying to think. So 45 would be 10. Yeah. It's like 20 meters ish locomotive. I don't know. It's not that important. It's supposed to be a relatively big locomotive. That's all that's important. I'm gonna stop embarrassing myself by trying to do math in my head. Imperial is very confusing. I kind of wish that we just did metric, but also my brain is so ingrained in Imperial now that I can't do the metric conversion. So, you know, it is what it is. Oh, let me put the protectors back on for now. Once I really get into using these, I'm gonna not put these foam bits back in every time. But for now, we're gonna keep the protectors in until I can, at least until I can get a video done on this locomotive where I do a little review of how it's packaged and the full unboxing and so on and so forth. But anyways, I'm glad that I was hopefully able to teach us a little something about North American railroading. It would be pretty awesome. It would be pretty awesome. But, you know, whatever. Oh, I live here and I don't understand America sometimes. So, it is what it is. But anyways, I hope you had a good time hopping in tonight, and I hope everyone had a good time watching tonight. I know I had a good time finishing up these cars. I'm very happy with the outcomes. I think they look really good, and I'm excited to for next time I'm gonna be able to run them. Whether that's at a club or a train show, I'm not sure which is going to come first. Probably train show, because I know there's a train show. Well, there's a train show tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to be able to run anything at it. But there's a train show in 2 weeks. 2 weeks? 2 weeks, I think. That I'm definitely going to be able to run trains at. So, I'll get videos of these guys running then. But, between those and this one, I'm very happy with how my Penn Central boxcar fleet is coming out. You got those, and you got the boxcar right down here that I weathered. So, anyways, thanks so much for watching tonight, y'all. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and have a good night, everyone, or a good whatever part of the day it is for everyone. Thanks for hopping in tonight, y'all. Have a good one.